These are the basic elements of a standard proposal. You can use this format to write your base proposal. The first thing is the executive summary, but that is the last thing we will cover in the presentation. It really is a summary of the proposal, so we will review the other sections first. The narrative is the longest section of your proposal, describing the statement of need, the proposed project, your organizational history and background, and finally, the conclusion. You will also need to include a budget, along with other supporting materials. For more information on how to prepare a project budget, I would strongly recommend taking our Proposal Budgeting Basics class, as the budget is a very important part of your proposal. We will cover what to include as supporting materials once we describe the basic elements. So let's get started with the narrative. We're framing our review of the proposal contents around this question. What do funders really want to know? In order to write an effective proposal, you must be able to make a compelling case for support. A grant is an investment of the funder's resources, and they will look for assurances that you will be able to deliver on your promises. With that in mind, here are the questions funders have about your project. What specific need are you addressing? What are you trying to achieve? What is your strategy for making this happen? How will you know if you're successful? Why are you the best organization to do this work? How will this project sustain itself in the long run? We'll look at each of these questions individually. The needs statement is the part of the proposal in which you tell the reader why this project exists. What is the problem you would like to solve? What is the issue you wish to address? Here you'll need to describe both the issue and the group of people who are affected. Discuss whether the problem is currently being addressed, and if it is, how and by whom. It's not enough simply to state the problem. You also need to back it up with supporting facts and statistics. Make sure your facts and statistics are relevant to the specific population and community you're serving and fits the size and scope of your solution. So let's say the problem you're trying to solve is that a high percentage of students in your elementary school district aren't reading at grade level, and as a result, aren't doing well in school overall and won't be promoted with their peers to the next grade. To document the need, we'll be looking to the school district for statistics about test scores, grade promotion, graduation rates, and literacy overall. Talking about the state of the educational system nationwide is not relevant. It would be out of scale with our local project. In addition to the hard facts and statistics, you may want to draw the reader into the story of your problem by sharing the perspective of a student who can't keep up with her classmates and is embarrassed that she can't read. You don't need to include a whole case history, but connecting to the people affected by the problem can be a powerful method to illustrate the need, and then go into your statistics and documentation. The next section of the proposal gets into your solution to this problem. The project description will be the longest and most detailed section of your proposal. This is a section in which you will describe exactly how you plan to address the issues you raised in the needs section with measurable outcomes. Your solution. This section will usually begin with a statement of project goals and objectives. Funders may use these terms differently, but for our purposes today, we'll say that goals are broad, general statements of what you plan to accomplish. Objectives flow from the goals, and they are specific and measurable within a realistic time frame. Some people use the SMART acronym to describe objectives, which means your objectives should be specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic within a defined time frame. So our goal for a reading program could be to increase literacy levels for local students, improving overall school performance, and ensuring that students are not held back. Objectives would tell us more specifically how many will improve and by how much. For example, 80% of participants will increase their reading proficiency by 1 grade level. The next step is to tell the funder how you would do all this. Your project description should also detail the particular methods you will use to implement your project. In other words, what are your specific strategies for accomplishing your goals and objectives?